ahead, if I can get my pod to display it here. It's called An American Poem by Eileen Miles. I was born in Boston in 1949. I never wanted this fact to be known. In fact, I spent the better part of my adult life trying to sweep my early years under the carpet and have a life that clearly just mine was clearly and independent of the historic fate of my family. Can you imagine what it was like to be one of them, to be built like them, to talk like them, to have the benefits of being born into such a wealthy and powerful American family? I went to the best schools and had all kinds of tutors and trainers, traveled widely, met the famous and controversial, and the not so admirable. And I knew from a very early age that if there were ever any possibility of escaping the collective fate of this famous Boston family, I would take that route, and I have. I hopped on an Amtrak to New York in the early 70s, and I guess you could say my hidden years began. I thought, well, I'll be a poet. What could be more foolish and obscure? I became a lesbian. Every woman in my family looks like a dyke, but it's really stepping off the flag when you become one. While holding this ignominious pose, I have seen and I have learned, and I am beginning to think there is no escaping this fate. A woman I am currently having an affair with said, "You know, you look like a Kennedy." I felt the blood, rise to my cheeks. People have always laughed at my Boston accent, confusing large for lodge and party for potty. But when this unsuspecting woman invoked for the first time my family name, I knew the jig was up. Yes, I am a Kennedy. My attempts to remain obscure have not served me well. Starting as a humble poet, I quickly climbed to the top of my profession, assuming a position of leadership and honor. It is right that the woman should call me out now. Yes, I am a Kennedy, and I wait your orders. You are the new Americans. The homeless are wandering the streets of our nation's greatest city. Homeless men with AIDS are among them. Is that right? That there are no homes for the homeless, that is no free medical help for these men and women, that they get the message as they are dying that this is not their home. And how are your teeth today? Can you afford to fix them? How high is your rent? If art is the highest and the most honest form of communication of our times, and the young artist is no longer able to move here to speak of her time, yes, I could, but that was 15 years ago. And remember, as I must, I am a Kennedy. Shouldn't we all be Kennedys? This nation's greatest city is home of the businessman and home of the rich artist. People with beautiful teeth who are not on the streets. What shall we do about this dilemma? Listen, I have been educated. I have learned about Western civilization. Do you know what the message of Western civilization is? I am alone. I am alone tonight. I don't think so. And I, the only one with bleeding gums tonight? Am I the only homosexual in this room tonight? As I only one whose friends have died and are dying now. My art can't be supported until it is gigantic, bigger than everyone else's, confirming the audience feeling that they are alone, are good, deserve to buy the tickets to see this art. I am not alone tonight because we are all Kennedys, and I am your president.
Okay.